Yo, what's good, team? Your boy J3 is back in the building with another episode of Retro Rewind.
Yes, sir.
And I got my boy in the building. Did you say yes, sir?
Yeah, I did. Ronin Joe Chronicles, baby.
What's up, bro?
Ronin Shogun, Ninja Assassin in the building. What's good?
Oh, my dude. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Movie talk again.
Movie talk.
We here.
Retro Rewind.
We out here.
We on that horror tip right now.
Yes.
Well, you know, for me, it's different, man. You know, my horror is not, I don't go too horror, but I can
I'm shocked, though, like, because these are your picks.
I can dip my toes in it, man.
I appreciate this. I'm like, all right, so we talking about this today. All right.
Well, you know, I watched the stuff before.
Yeah.
And then I had got baptized back in 2008, and I kind of stepped away from it. But,
Understandable.
I just won't F with the we going to hell and Satan. I'm not doing that, man.
I feel you on that.
Nah, I'm good. I'm out of that.
There's too much evil in the world already. We need some good. I feel that. I mean?
I can watch Cops. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be all right. You know,
that's as far as it goes.
You know, I can watch that. I
feel that.
I can see America's Most Wanted. Get this criminal right here. This guy likes to go and grab little boys in front of the park. I can watch that.
That is horror.
I can watch that. It's very thrilling.
Yeah.
You know, he's stationed in Los Angeles, California. Really?
Yep. Lock door.
He knows how to unlock doors.
Basement. For real.
He lurks in front of barbershops. Like, you know, I can deal with America's Most Wanted, but you know, when you start talking about demons, I mean, like, really get deep into it.
There's a level to it. All right, I get you.
Yeah, like that one movie when they was in France and they went to the portal of hell.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with that. Nope, I don't want those problems.
A little too much, yeah.
Like, this is how you get into hell. Why do you want to know? Why are you there? Like,
I just want to know.
Nah, I don't do
Curiosity.
that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Nah. But anyway, I do
I need it for my book I'm writing. 1408 type.
Like, what kind of... What? I'm good.
Yeah.
You tell me something going to eat me, I'm not going to go over there. But anyway, we're on this From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes, sir. From Dusk Till Dawn, man. Robert Rodriguez, man. 1996.
Quentin Tarantino's, like, protege, right?
Yeah. And co-writer on the movie, too.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that Tarantino would write a horror movie with Robert Rodriguez? That's crazy.
I'll say with Robert Rodriguez because low-key, his movie be kind of like horror, though. Like, over gory and all that stuff like that.
Very intensified, very character-driven and stuff like that, but Tarantino brings his flavors to it. And I thought it was really cool because you do see his strengths as a storyteller and as a subgenre lover.
Yeah.
Like, he blends what he does, and then he kind of put Rodriguez's flavor on top.
Yes.
And for him to be in this movie alongside George Clooney was really cool because he plays a straight man, like, really decent well. Like, you could see him having fun, like, Quentin just doing his thing, bringing his story to life, his script.
Bro.
Yeah.
Let's get into it because I already know you hype, man. I'm hyped because I want to talk about it because I watched this a while back. I watched this with my pops. I remember he rented it for me.
Oh, dope.
Well, it was like, you know, back in the day, Blockbuster, you know,
96, baby.
Friday, Saturday, y'all rent movies, got to take them back on Sunday, Monday, you know what I mean? Quentin Tarantino's one of those movies.
Like $1.99, yeah.
Exactly. So, let's talk about this. If you guys are new to Retro Rewind, we like to talk about the good, the bad, and we just, dive into that Monday morning, that break room discussion about what you watched over the weekend.
Facts.
And we just talk about the scenes, the funny, the bad, and everything like that. We really dive into it. Spoiler stuff. So, I like to ask you, want to talk about the good or do you want to talk about the bad?
Let's talk about the good.
You want to go diving right into good?
Yeah.
When Joe says he want to talk about the good first, it's not really a lot of bad. All right, go ahead.
Facts.
Go ahead, G.
All right.
Let's talk about that good.
All right, so basically, I like that Quentin Tarantino plays actual character, full-length character in the movie because we never really see that. He has like scenes, and the tone starts off as like a regular crime drama, and he's basically able to give you characters and dialogue because this is what Quentin does.
Right.
So we don't know exactly where they're going, and I'm going from like a first-time experience kind of thing. So it feels more of like a crime drama and a heist movie in a sense. Yeah. These guys are not good people, obviously, when you first are introduced to them. But I love the setup because it's Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney, you automatically kind of connect to them. And you forget who they are, and you're worried about what they're about to do. So I like that.
I will
power
say
of the
that,
acting.
Especially Quentin Tarantino's character. Yeah, most definitely.
And it's really crazy because it shows his strengths as a storyteller. And as you know, an actor in these kind of subgenre movies, you can see his passion for the genre anyway.
Yeah.
And it kind of actually shows him stepping out of his element in a sense, because he's known for like crime stories and more like drama and just mystery, like just having the characters unravel what's happening. So here it was like he was doing an action film. Yeah. But it was somebody else's vision, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his script, someone else brought his script to life.
So that was
and that's really rare for Quentin Tarantino because he does his own movies.
Right. That's the positive for me. So it was like, all right, so Quentin can do these kind of movies too. And at a point, as I'm watching, I'm like, I would love to see him tackle this kind of thing on his own, because I've yet to see it. I've seen every Tarantino movie, and he's never done a full-on like horror movie. Other than the slasher Death Proof one. But that was like a segment in a Grindhouse thing. Yeah. But like a full-on, full-length movie with actors that he loves working with.
Kill Bill wasn't a horror?
No. That was like action.
It had enough blood.
Yeah, true. And you know he
had to make it black and had to make it black and white because it was so gory.
Exactly. And you know he's gonna bring his actors in that he loves working with. You know Sam's gonna be in there.
Samuel Jackson wasn't in this.
I know.
Or was he?
We don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised you go and watch it.
It's the same universe though, from what I've gathered. You know, we'll get to that too. That's another positive as well.
Okay. Since we're talking about the good.
Yeah.
What I liked about this movie was just the flavor of it. Right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's like a heist. I agree with you 100% on that. George Clooney comes in. I like the fact that you don't know what's really going on. And the more you watch it, you start to figure it out. The story is kind of like, it's really like throwing you in a pot of hot water and you don't know where you at and why, and you have to find yourself out of it.
Yeah.
I like that. Because it wasn't like, if you, granted, we knew from Dusk to Dawn, we knew it was, a horror movie.
Right.
We knew that. But if you didn't know, it was like you were getting, how can I say this? It's like having, getting a special surprise in each meal. It's like eating spaghetti and then you get a nice Italian sausage that's chopped up in it. Like, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
And then you eat some garlic. Damn, this is crunchy. This is delicious. A full plate, because every time the story kept going, more unraveled. And I like the way they broke down the characters with the story.
Yeah.
We got a chance to know who the hell Richie was. Literally from jump. We understood. We didn't know they were brothers or anything. We just knew that Richie was a little bit different.
Right.
And we kind of was like, something's up with Richie. And we got a chance to understand who Richie was. And then within the story, they explained who Richie and Seth was.
Yeah.
George Clooney's character. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that part. Like the fact that we got thrown in and we saw them. We basically followed their journey and watched their encounters and watched how they handled things. Very creative.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino is very character detailed, and to see Robert Rodriguez be able to bring that to life, I thought was very phenomenal. I like that. I like that about the movie, straight up.
I will also say, as far as when the movie starts to progress, as far as getting into like almost the second act, the transition from the crime drama, and then it just escalates into horror, and it's like nonstop, and you're just like, whoa, and how they were able to maintain that intensity throughout was already great to me, because at that point I was like, I'm cool with it just being like kind of like this on the run like action movie. And then it just becomes something completely different, like, whoa, what's happening here? So it's just I like how they were able to maintain that build up, because it's pretty much build up for the first half of the movie.
Oh yes. Another thing that I like, I like Quentin Tarantino. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never was a big Quentin Tarantino fan until recent. When he did The Hateful Eight, I just fell in love with the work. I was like, God damn. Like some people say, like, oh, I didn't really understand Quentin Tarantino until I saw that movie.
Interesting.
Right? And then watching this movie as an adult, because I watched it when I was younger. Watching it as an adult and knowing where he has been and where he's at as a storyteller, I really agree with you. I think this is a really sound story because it's multiple genres in one.
Yeah.
It's a thriller, heist, horror, action, sci-fi, fantasy. It's everything all rolled up in one. It's so much stuff, they only can really name it one or two things. Action, horror.
Right.
But it's so much involved in it. And as a fan of these type of movies, you can even say comic book film. Like it's a lot in one, and it's written very well, and the characters and the emotions and the outcomes is just funny.
Yeah,
it's even a comedy.
Oh,
It's an overall a very delicious meal. It's a complete plate. Like it has everything on it, and it's just it ends so well. The ending to me was just the best part of the whole movie to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The last minute of the movie was the best part of me. I'm gonna tell you why later on.
Okay, I got something to say about that
too. The best part to me. But yeah, and I like the actors. George Clooney, man. Shout out to him.
Oh yeah, it was really interesting because when the revelation is revealed and what's been going on once they cross the border, you start to realize there was a history of things that have been happening that's been going on.
Hold on to it. Let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. That's why I want to say.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it's sort of like how can I say it? If you came up with a concept for something and you're like, all right, I'm gonna tell this story and then I'm gonna build over this, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. But I have the ideas and the plot points for it to become complex.
Mm-hmm.
But if I give away those things, then there really is no need to really go any further. But the movie does a good job of building and building and building until they get to that place. And I felt like there were certain things where I was asking questions.
Gotcha.
Like, I would love to see more of this. I feel like For Dusk Till Dawn was building a universe in a sense, but when they were making this and creating this, it was a one and done kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you can tell that there are points in the movie where you're like, oh, okay, well, we actually can follow what's going on over here, or follow what's going on over here. There are many times where I was like, you know what? This is interesting. Like, we need to know more about that.
Got you.
But they do a good job of keeping it simple and just following the roadmap. Because From Dusk Till Dawn, again, has history of things, but, they keep it simple to its purest form.
Very, very simple. Yeah. No lie. I like the action. I like the movie. Like, the movie, it's one of those type of movies where there's so much going on. It's kind of hard to kind of pick what you just like. Like, the action portion I thought was very interesting. The actors are... Man, dude that plays Sex Machine.
Oh, Tom Savini.
That fool had me dying. And when I saw him, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did a remake and hired Pedro Pascal to play him, bro. I ain't lying. Sex Machine had me dying, man. That fool had that gun on his ding-a-ling, bro. I was like, God, Lee, and he had that whip. Sex Machine was the best part of the movie for me.
Okay.
He had the attitude, the charisma, the funniness.
I gotta go into it now.
Him as an actor, he brought so much to the character. It was like, golly, this is so funny. And then you see Cheech come in, man, and you see him with the McFoley going on. He played 3 different characters. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this is dope.
It's an ensemble for sure.
Like,
man, you went into my positive. That's tight.
I was like, yo, like, dope. even seeing what's his name? The football player, Fred
Hammer Williamson.
Yeah, seeing him in
Black
this
Caesar,
and seeing him in this Mexican strip club, and just this only random black guy sitting in there. You know what I mean? He got a cigar, and it's just like, damn, man. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much positive, man. Like Quentin Tarantino.
Manly man.
Yeah, and it was like, in the way Quentin Tarantino, and I would give it to Robert Rodriguez on this because he brought it to life, but their casting, they cast a lot of unique people. I don't know if you noticed this in their movies.
It's universal.
But they have a great line of cast. Like, you guys probably hear this all the time when I talk about these movies because I really adore that kind of stuff. When you have good cast and they just feed off each other and it works. Like, for all I knew was that Sex Machine and Frost, they were like partners.
Yeah.
The way they coexist, how they work together, they knew it's like, yo, this is dope.
They were already there.
You know what I mean? Like, I really dug it, man. George Clooney was really good. Quentin Tarantino, his character was very unique. And that's what I'm gonna end with that because I don't want to get I want to get into these scenes.
All right,
and I want to talk about what I didn't like.
I'll
talk
about what you said though, but yeah, that it kind of falls into my positive. I like the cameos and the character actors in this movie.
Yeah,
man, you had Fred the Hammer Williamson in there, Tom Savini. Fun fact for all you that don't know, he's a legend in the horror genre.
Yeah,
he does special effects and things like that. So it was kind of cool to see him play a character.
I did.
Who actually gets to survive. Yeah, he's legit, man. He worked on like Friday the 13th and stuff.
Nice.
He's done like makeup effects and things. He was like a Vietnam vet, so he kind of brought all those experiences into this genre.
I noticed that.
Yeah, he's legit, dude. And then you had a Cheech Marin in here. You even had Easter eggs of like certain locations that was used in like other Rodriguez and Tarantino movies, like Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so this place does actually exist because they talked about that in Pulp Fiction. Mm-hmm. And you see them going to the place and him bringing the food back. So I'm like, okay.
He's doing like a Stephen King thing.
So it's like Rodriguez and them, they had their universe thing kind of going. So I'm like, but how does From Dusk to Dawn kind of tie into the other movies? Because I feel like this was sort of in the present. And in the same time, Pulp Fiction was happening.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But you got to look at it like,
yeah,
they might explain that eventually one day.
It made me wonder. So I'm like, because I recognize the locations and I recognize the places that they're talking about. And I even recognize some of the characters that people were playing. But you see like different time periods and like different places that we're in. So I thought that was unique playing the Where's Waldo game. And then just having the character actors and the cameos in here. So if you follow these guys, you know that they love using and recycling these actors. So I thought that was cool as a fan of Rodriguez and Tarantino.
Dope.
That's tight, man. Everybody got shine.
I know it's very minimum.
Yeah.
But what did you not like about this movie?
That will go into spoilers until we get to the...
Well, you spoiled. I mean, it's 96, bro.
For sure. All right.
So, you don't want to get into the scene?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get you. Then I'll just go ahead and lead to this, man.
Right.
What I did not like about this movie, and I'll be upfront with you. It was the fact that Quentin Tarantino's character, like, I just didn't like. Maybe that's because I'm supposed to be that way. But I didn't really feel him. Like, I hated... Like, it's weird to say it, because maybe I got to get into the scene. But Quentin Tarantino's character, Richie, was just in the way for me. Okay. It was the way... His relationship with George Clooney was just in the way. It was like, your brother's effed up. Why do you keep putting him in situations to F up? I hated that. It was like, he's a sex offender. So why would you put him in a room with the lady, with the gun... and think nothing's going to happen?
Gotcha.
Like when he told what's her name, the little girl, Catherine, when he was like going to the bathroom with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you doing?" And then when he went in after her, I was like, "Okay, woo." Yeah. He's gonna eat her or something.
Yeah, he's gonna try to do something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that they put Richie in situations for him to F up. I didn't like that.
I think for me it was more like on a humorous level because he was kind of against the odds and he overthought things when Seth was just like, we're doing this. And then Richie's like, all right, well, how about this? But I'm telling you what happened.
Yeah.
Perfect example, the opening scene. Mm-hmm. He signals the ranger. What is wrong with you? I never said it.
I'm just sitting here.
And he really didn't, but he did signal. But it was like, all right, you didn't have to kill him. You gave him an ultimatum.
But the thing is with Seth...
The point is to scare them, not to... They already know that we're in charge.
Seth understands this.
Right.
So why you even listen to it?
Right.
Your brother retarded.
He does know, yeah.
And I think that was poor writing right there for me. Because it was kind of like, your brother's effed up, but you keep... First off, you have him involved in what you're doing. That's the first thing you did that was wrong.
Because he knows he's the only one he can trust.
I don't trust... This guy's crazy. So why would I put myself in jeopardy of getting caught? Like, it was just the way Seth's character was. He was very cautious. Like, he paid attention to everything but his brother.
I get you.
So I thought it was kind of off, but maybe it was written that way. But that's just something, because we got to find something we didn't like. Yeah. That's how we do. It's not a big deal, because I still like the movie, but you got to find something you didn't like. You have anything?
I guess I'll get into it now.
No, you want to get into the scenes, or you just want to talk about what you didn't like?
Let's do the scenes, and then I'll talk about because it factors into.
All right, let me finish. Let me go on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Because I do got one.
Let me go and take over real quick.
But you stopped me, so you go ahead.
Yeah. What I also did not like was that the costume design of vampires were so Buffy the Vampire Slayer 1996. It was trash. It does not age well at all. It looks derpy as hell. It's not even scary. Like, it's not scary at all. I was like, ugh, this is terrible.
I thought some of the designs were cool with like some of the transformation, like the monstrous ones. Like
that fools look weak, bro. I was like, so you got these bats and they just flying up and they hitting the thing, but they could just turn into big forms and just break down the wall, but instead they just wait for you to open. It was like, this is some derpy shit right here. I had fun, but damn, it does not age well. That's one problem with this movie as far as visuals. It does not age well. And I also, even though the beginning is very entertaining, it's too slow.
Gotcha.
Once you put the foot on the pedal, though, it goes. But the beginning, and it factors in with character developing. They explain the characters, but it's just so slow. It's kind of like, damn, get on with it, y'all. Yeah. Hurry me get to Mexico. Shit.
I get you, yeah.
It's very slow. But those are just things because you got to find something.
Yeah.
What I didn't like.
See, that didn't bother me, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't like the son.
Jacob.
Oh, trash. All right, go ahead.
All right. So basically, when they
Ronan's world. Go ahead.
Yeah, when they get to when they cross the border and they get to Mexico, I felt like there was a history of things that were going on, but it was funny because nobody lived to tell the story though. But it was stuff that happened. It was like, dang,
the titty bar, bro.
The mythology, but like you know it's there. Like these bikers have been being fed on for like generations, and these were the one family that showed up, and a few made it and lived to tell it. And then they from dusk to dawn because they were planning to meet up at dawn. And you
said you wanted to meet it at dawn.
Hilarious. And then he's like, "Well, have you even been to this bar?" He's like, "No, I just picked it." And it was like, yo, so he picked the most popular, most dangerous place, but no one knew about this titty twister and like this hold up, because there was like cartel stuff going on, smuggling, and then it was vampires and supernatural stuff on top. So you're like, dang, they was doing dope, like they was smuggling weapons and they were feeding off the bikers, they were doing everything, and no one knew.
They never knew.
Crazy. So I thought that was a negative for me, but at the same time, I felt like you could still kind of build on that. And in fact, they did, but they made it a series. So I was like, okay, this is great. Yeah, and I want to explain that too, because it's still the negative, but I like the mystery factor. But like you said, you got to find something that, you don't. You got
to find something. Every movie ain't perfect.
And that was the one main thing, because I always like, where was the mythology at? And then Robert Rodriguez came out and said, I'm going to do a TV series off of this. So season 1 of From Dusk Till Dawn is basically a remake of that first film. And then season 2 dives deeper into the origins of the titty twister and that bar and the whole cartel.
Got you.
Like there is vampire drug dealers and stuff going on, like Sicario type stuff, but with the dead. Like it's crazy.
They got to live too. They got to eat too, right?
So, and then you find out
they got to live too.
The whole connection with Richie and all that. He becomes a part of the cult. And then Seth is on his own. Like, it's tight what they did. Like, you saw the movie already, so you kind of got a glimpse as to what season 1 was doing.
Gotcha.
And then they go further than that. So they right when the show ends, that's where it picks up.
Got you.
So yeah, they kind of do that, and that was like my negative. But then the show kind of took that negative away from me
and made it positive.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Let's get. I'm in the scenes. Like, man, look.
Oh, favorite scene. When the bouncer showed up. When Cheeks came to get his revenge.
Yes.
Take your hand off my shoulder. No, I'm going to count to 3. This piece of shit kicked me in the ribs. And this faggot kicked me when I was down. You think that was funny? He gets stabbed in the same spot again. Epic. And then you see Salma Hayek looking at him. She's thirsty. And this is the turning point.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. Salma Hayek. Her scene.
Oh, legendary.
She's fire, bro. She never aged. I think she's a vampire.
Could be. It's probably great casting, though.
She looks exactly the same.
Sexy's vampire.
And when he's like, now that's a motherfucking show.
He was not lying.
And she turned on the motherfucker?
Yeah. And took the hair down with the feathers. Yeah.
Derpy.
Long hair.
But man, was that amazing.
Yeah.
That body,
introduction was dope.
That body. I knew she was, when I was,
yeah. That
bathroom.
mariachi band came out.
Bruh.
Yeah. So it was tight.
Fun fact. After that scene, thought about it that night, bathroom. Little kid, man. I was like, yo. Selma gets one too. Man. But you know, that shit was dope, man. Just seeing all the guys.
That was tight setup.
Like it really showed how much and why the titty bar survived so long.
Yeah.
Because of her.
Eye candy.
She was running it like, yo, she's gorgeous. Oh my God.
The look on Sex Machine's face when she first came out, he looked like a lost child.
Like she was mesmerizing them. Like, yo, I think Salma Hayek could play a great Medusa. Like, it would make sense. Like, yo, like, man, you know what I mean? But that scene right there.
Freaking Fred the Hammer Wilson, he had to put a cigar down for a minute. Like
he always smoking, right? Like, damn, this is shit real. Like,
so legit.
Like she stole the show when it came to that.
For real.
When it came to that, she stole the freaking show, man. She was freaking gorgeous,
the music,
man.
The tone changed. The band came out. The mariachi band came out.
They were funny, bro. Yeah. Because they didn't fight.
Yeah.
F you, motherfucker. Bah!
Body parts and stuff.
Like it was like she had the whole bar on an illusion base.
Yeah.
Once they showed who they were really playing on human people bodies.
There was a supernatural essence to it. That was another thing.
It was all illusion.
I was like, that's kind of interesting. And I caught those little details too. And those other things I wondered.
She was power based, man.
Yeah.
What scene? What you talking about?
Oh, just how they were able to manipulate the situation. And they were basically controlling people and
controlling the field, man.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, it was probably like 10 humans in there. The rest of them fools were vampires.
Right. Other than them bartenders that was just kind of chilling and like low key.
And the women were vampires and stuff like, yo, and it made sense why they were so exotic. You know what I mean? We got pussy here, we got black pussy, we got skinny pussy, we got Mexican pussy, we got Asian pussy, we got it all. Pussy. We got fat pussy, we got skinny, we got anorexic pussy, we got dog pussy, we got pussy dog.
Julian Lewis pops, he goes, apple pie.
Apple pie pussy. Like, oh shit, bro. That shit was funny as hell.
We don't want it, we don't got it. Go on in, some pussy with all.
He was selling pussy, man. Dead pussy. That's the one thing he didn't say they had.
Yeah.
We got dead pussy. What? What you say? I don't want that shit.
Then I thought about the alcohol too. Like it had to have been blood in there. It had to have been, but no one caught on to it.
Yeah.
So there was like a feud of things that they were using. It was obviously the bodies. It was the bikers, and then the alcohol. Because that's easy to get. Because you're not gonna question that. Yeah. Oh, drinks on the house. Boom, we got them.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So they were just basically kind of recruiting and tricking people.
Yeah, and then turning and eating at the same time, surviving. Great concept.
Legit.
I when Sex Machine, dude, it's like I don't know what it is, but in every horror movie, it's always that one guy that gets bit and then tries to keep a secret for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not gonna turn or something. Sex Machine gets
the expert guy. You got to have that one Randy guy.
Sex Machine gets bit after serving up so many people. That motherfucker was serving people up with them whips, bro. He was serving them up. And he looks at Catherine and he gets bit. And he hides his bite. He's like, I can't show nobody this. Like, you're not going to turn. And he's like, starting hearing shit. He's like, oh no. Oh shit, they coming to get me. Oh fuck. And then he goes behind Frost, bro, with his hands. And then bites him like, oh, that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
is the hammer? Yeah. He bites the hammer, and he's a threat this time. Like he was the only vampire that gave everybody the most trouble.
Yeah.
Because he can fight.
He would be the horror expert.
Because Richie got his shit.
Oh yeah. Well, Richie gets a rush out of that kind of situation. Seth's more of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Seth is kind of like.
But Seth didn't let nobody kill his brother. Yeah. He had to kill him.
Yeah.
But.
He just had the big brother, big man mentality. You know, he liked that stuff. Like when the bartender was giving him a hard time, he wanted that because he wanted to. You know, it's like a rush for him.
Bro, oh boy, I think we been talking about him, the actor that played the preacher.
He's my favorite character in the movie.
What he told Seth at that table.
Yeah, Jacob. That was a great scene.
When he was like, what did he say? Are you acting? He said,
"Are you a loser?"
Yeah, something like that. And he
you don't realize when you had won? Yeah, that southern accent.
Yeah, he was like, what you call me? I ain't call you anything. I asked you a question.
And would you like me to repeat it? Yes, I would.
And he repeated the question, but it was like, yo,
yeah,
this old man spitting knowledge on you, bro.
Yeah, Jacob was tight.
Jacob was tight, man. I feel his pain, man. He lost something. He lost faith, but he had to find his faith back in there.
He found it again, though. Like, and then
the vampires weak, bro. So you tell me I just gotta go like this and they'll walk away? Man, I would have took that chance, vampire. But anyway, it was really interesting how they brought the vampires together. Sex Machine was dope
and everything. Yeah.
But when Jacob was turning, right? When Jacob was like, "Yo, you the preacher, you got to get all this together and shit." And Frost was that vampire. Frost, why he look so different?
I don't know.
He had a different design to him. His jaws were all big like a bulldog or something.
Linebacker bison and shit.
And when Jacob looked at him, and he went like this, and he was like, he just destroyed himself. Like I gotta ask Robert that one day.
Yeah.
Why did Frost just kill himself like that? He had no purpose. He just killed himself.
That was kind of weird. Yeah.
He didn't even fight.
And then I noticed something similar to that had happened was when Kate got cornered and she was behind the bar.
Yeah.
She took the necklace off, threw the little cross on him.
Yeah.
So they do show a sense of there is good and like you could be hurt. It was funny, but I thought it was like ironic that one little necklace, just evaporated him. Like you didn't put up a cross or stab him, or like add some extra to it. So if we all got necklaces with cross on them, do we win?
Yeah, he had a shotgun with a stick. Was like, yo,
I understand that. Yeah, and he had to do something to take him out.
And then his son, Scott, right?
But they really do emphasize good and evil, and I like how they explain it without being overly preachy, but actually understanding that there are those that don't believe and those that do believe. That was good writing.
Yeah, he was like, I don't believe in vampires, but I know I just seen the vampires.
I felt that.
I don't believe in them, but I did see one.
In my own two eyes. I was like, only Quinn can write something like that.
That was dope.
So you got a moment of real, but still fantasy at the same time.
The vampires were derpy looking, but it was very interesting.
And George Clooney coming there with his sarcasm. So now that we all believe that we're dealing with vampires, how do we stop these things? Does anybody have any crosses of silver? They were trying to.
They were like, no, silver don't work. Oh shoot! And then they went in that room, and then like the vampires, they were just. It was a fun movie, guys. Just straight up, it's fun, but
it's popcorn.
It's just like, ill. And then his son, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
He was in. Why did they pick that kid? I think that was the worst. He was just in a way like this fool had holy water balloons. He had a super soaker.
I forgot about that.
He was so 1990s.
Hey, but you know what?
Surf ninja. It was like, ugh, dude.
He was prepared though.
And then he died the way he died. Yeah. Like it was like, get out of
here. Can't do it.
They ate that fool alive.
Yeah.
Thank God. Hey, he was whack, bro. He was a
holy
whack.
Water balloons. Hey, that was cool.
Nah, but he wasn't even using them.
I know.
Like he had like 6 on his arm, like straight condom balloons.
He used like 1. I remember. I think that was about it. He used 1.
Yo, Kate was all freezing up, killing people and stuff. Man, she got sex machine bit because of that crap.
Yeah.
He killed like 7 of them.
She came around with that crossbow though. Give her that.
That was unlimited ammo.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
She had 8 rounds and she shot like 14 times, and he still the same 8 rounds.
I guess you can do anything when you're in the titty twister. Everybody's in the loop.
Man, that movie was off the top, out of this world.
Man.
It was fun though. Very fun.
They had to deal with the bats too on the outside trying to get in. Like,
and then when they came in, he was like, yeah. And then at the end, like right when they started shooting, it was like, oh man, sunlight hurts them. Wow. That would have been like, yo, like they just didn't
They didn't know the history though. They actually had a conversation about that when they got a hold to. They were like, well, what does anybody know anything? Because
I get all that. Yeah. I'm just saying the ironicness of, okay, so there's holes in this bar, and the vampires are trying to it's just a stream of light.
Right.
And I like Josh Whedon for this, even on the Buffy. Like the vampires took it to the level. Like, oh, you got a cross, huh? Come here. Like, oh shoot.
Now what are you gonna do?
Like, we watch Salem Lot, all that stuff like that. You know, you put the cross into the vampire, and the vampire still is like,
well, the cross was the symbol of hope, so you have to kind of say it without saying it.
But there's a reason.
You got to show that Christ too, and then you got to show they love showing evil, so you got to show the good to some degree.
Even in the beginning of Freddy, remember the cross on the wall? Yeah. He knocked it off for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you think you can?
Yeah. Right. So, but what makes it bad is the fact that these vampires, they were like 1,000 deep.
Yeah.
Sacrificed 2 of them to get these fools.
Right.
Like literally, he had a gun cross, and they were like, "I'm not gonna do this." And then the sunlight stream comes, and it's like 12 of them.
Right.
One of y'all can run in that sunlight. It just burned you a little bit.
True.
To grab your victim. I was like, yo, this is corny, bro. This is really corny, man. Like.
I think that was the point.
Yeah. But it was like, yo, the vampire bites you, you turn. But they scratching. it's just a fun popcorn flick, y'all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But
I get those though, yeah, because sometimes the behavior of the attacks is contradicting on both ends.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
But that's the outlandish part.
1 minute your weakness, but then the weakness is not a weakness; it's a strength now. So yeah,
like I would have been went through them fools, man.
Yeah.
Like he's already been tanked. He's been bit.
Right.
So throw something at him to knock his cross down or something. Like the vampires were like,
you know he's gonna turn anyway. He's still got time, obviously.
These vampires had an organized crime deal going on, meaning they weren't stupid.
Right.
So you're telling me you have a titty bar, and you guys are running from across this big.
Right.
It was kind of like, yo, what's going on with that? Now maybe that's just the power of Christ. All right.
Yeah.
But at this point, it was kind of like, yo, you guys were severe, savage. Throw one of them vampires and knock him over. Right. Get him. Let's jump this
easily.
Fool. You know what I mean?
And they did do that a few times. It was funny though.
Yeah, but then they didn't do it when across. Like you know what I mean? Like it was contradicting itself too.
And then they realized you had to. This is a detail that I like too, where they. It's funny you just said that because when they were beating up the bouncer, they was like, wait. His heart. I was like, okay, destroy that. So they did so to some degree.
Bruh, like he was still moving.
Yeah, that was
in fact. Yeah. I'm still confused on how Sex Machine turned into a dog.
I don't know how that. Yeah.
They were just like, yo, throw that shit in.
Yeah, that's just.
Yo, throw this in.
Yeah.
He became even more villainous. Like he was on a whole different level.
Right.
He turned into a dog.
That's crazy.
There's no limit to this.
Right.
But but I guess it all boils down to my favorite part of the whole movie, the very ending. After the survivors, Catherine and Seth, they run into what was his name? Cheek played Carlos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was funny. And they went their separate ways. And then the pan out shot was just, mwah.
Yeah.
Yo, they threw in history.
Right.
The Mayans, the pyramids, bro. Because there's always
hidden down there.
Right?
That's where that titty twister was at.
It was on top, the very top of the Mayan pyramid.
Right.
And
that's where the show comes in.
That's dope to me because we always hear about the Mayans and what the rituals and things they did, what they worshiped, they sacrificed. Like it makes you think like Salma Hayek was sacrificed as the most beautiful virgin in the Mayan tribe.
Gotcha.
And they sacrificed her to something of not of this world. And she became the queen, princess, whatever, of that entity. Yeah. And she was bound to that location for the safety of the Mayans around.
Got it.
Right? You know, like, it was like, yo, like, y'all played history to the full extent. And I love that.
And this is kind of what we were looking for. And
because Quentin likes to do that.
Yeah. And in a sense, you kind of got that, but they kept it a mystery. And they were like, well, now that people have these questions, let's make a series and expand on that.
I love that. I love that part. That pan out was like, yo, it's the Mayan temple, man. Like the pyramid.
Yep.
Okay. So they were evil.
Which explains why people kept coming here. It was like a big attraction.
Because they always said, like the Mayans would sacrifice virgins, the 14-year-old girl, pretty women and stuff like that, to a higher power, God or demon or whatever, for safety or safe haven, or, you know, praise the sky for water to feed their crops. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she was the most gorgeous one. Salma Hayek is just gorgeous. I don't think she gets enough praises in her beauty. I'm gonna be honest. That woman's gorgeous, and she got them tig-o-bitties.
Selma's fine.
She's gorgeous. She has everything a man would dream of. Literally. Yeah. She's gorgeous. And her accent is thick. I love it. Oh,
Rodriguez knew what he was doing.
Hot.
Casting her in his
right?
movies. Yeah.
And not just I'm not sexualizing. I'm just being honest. Like, yo, like,
she does
if you was to see that woman in public and just see her on the strip, you're gonna notice her beauty and then see her body and be like, oh, I'm gonna try to holler at that. I know she got a man though. She gotta have a man, but she might be single. You know, I don't know. Salma Hayek doesn't get. I don't think she gets enough credit in her beauty. I think we overlook her in Hollywood. I think we really do.
You know what? Yeah.
I really think we do.
I don't hear. I know. I appreciate.
You hear it when she pops up in a movie,
right?
But you don't.
But then I think back to when Robert Rodriguez introduced me to her, and I'm like, you know, you go to the Desperado,
the bathroom.
The Mexican trilogy. Oh, bro.
It was a great movie. Good movie. 2 hours later, I'm thinking about it. Oh man, that maroon. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about Danny Trejo.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Bartender, man.
Was this mother? He was so young.
You're not welcome here.
He spared them.
Yeah.
He knew they were of Christ.
Yeah.
He spared them.
He tried to.
He tried to spare them, which makes me think he was a good idea. Yeah. Makes me think he was not a bad vampire to a degree.
Right.
He knew. He said this is only for truckers
and
bikers.
Yeah.
People that do crooked shit.
Yeah.
So was he vampires crooked? Were they kind of like Henry was in the Abraham thing, taking over the ones that do bad things?
Right. He could have been.
Right.
Because he really didn't. He wasn't really a threat like that.
Which comes to
when
mind.
They found out who they were, then he's like, okay, well, they know
whatever.
They know vampires.
Because then it went to this is strange. I probably this is crazy because now it opens the door. I love talking. See, this that Monday morning at school, man. In the break room because you talk to someone you could. So think about it. What if Danny Trejo's character was also a virgin kid that got sacrificed back in the Mayans? Like, what if the vampires that were in that bar? Because a lot of beautiful women.
Yeah,
we got a lot of pussy. And they never showed the vampires leaving that spot. It was like they were bound to that area. Right?
Possible.
So when you see them, they could have all been good people that got turned. And their job was to take over bad people.
Who came to
the titty bar to do bad things.
Almost like recruiting.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Because they didn't turn them guys into bad vampires.
Right.
They just ate them or survive tactics.
And then I guess you can kind of look at it almost, they were willing to see how far these people that were showing up were going to go. Were they going to stay or
I don't think they were going to kill them until that fight broke out.
Yeah. That's what set it off.
Because Frost and Sex Machine look like they've been in that bar a couple times.
Yeah, no problems. Because I think now it's like a matter of messing with the business. And like it was messing with their supplies that was coming in.
Because Seth came in with that BS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was what triggered it.
That's a nice way to look at it. One day we're gonna meet these two individuals, and then we're gonna ask them these questions. Watch, we're gonna ask them the question like, "Yo, what y'all thought about that?"
And Cheech was kind of like the Undertaker of the bar. Like he was the host.
I don't know
what you were gonna get.
I don't know if he died or not.
I think he did.
That fool played 3 different characters.
Oh yeah, but that's the greatness of low budget movie making.
But think about it, because when he was the cop, right? Remember the border guard, and the way he looked.
Yeah.
Was he being a pervert to Catherine, or was he looking at him like?
Evidence.
You going to the? I don't know, man. It was funny though. He's funny as Carlos, man.
Yeah,
I gotta see him.
But that's tight. That's when actors and director collaboration, friends and things like that. Hey, show up here and play the border patrol guy. All right, cool. You have no idea what you're gonna be doing on set. Then now you over here, you a monster over in this scene.
Yes.
That's tight.
It was dope.
But that's what Quentin and Robert Rodriguez do, though.
I'm trying to think. Did we touch on everything, man? Besides Richie killing the lady because he raped her. Oh, when Catherine, she was like, I want you to, what'd she say? I want you to eat my pussy from behind or something?
For me, please, yeah.
And he was like,
we'll talk later.
We'll talk. Like, she didn't say that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great movie.
Sure you want to do what you asked me back in the hotel?
She's like,
what did I say?
And it's funny because she had that same look she had in Cape Fear. Like, she had that same look, bro. Same look.
Can I put my arm around you?
Same look. Same accent.
Yeah.
Dang, man, she went to a different movie.
Natural Born Killer, too. Yeah. Same accent. Yeah.
Man, it's like, can you just play the same role you played? Oh, man. Fun times, fun movie, man. With that said, man, what you give this film from dusk till dawn?
I give From Dusk Till Dawn a solid B, man. I really enjoyed it. It's just from like a directing standpoint. I like the action.
See how you got all serious? Go ahead.
I like the vampirisms. I like the subtle mythology that we kind of got.
Yeah.
And I like this cast, and I just like the whole setup because to me this is kind of in the world of like good vampire movies, man. Like this is one of the few that kind of goes under the radar, and this is like early Robert Rodriguez, so I was still kind of learning about him as a filmmaker, and this was him stretching his muscles as a storyteller because this is right after Desperado came out.
Yeah.
So he was blowing up, and I think he made me admire the appreciation of low budget movie making, being creative without having a lot of money. So you had to think of things on your feet, and this is why things looked a certain way, but it still was an accomplishment. You know what I mean? Because it had very little resources, and I feel like Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez were those guys that made new wave mainstream independent filmmaking. They made it mainstream. And this is one of those movies, a prime example of that. And so yeah, I appreciate it, man. It kind of inspired me.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Watching this movie, especially as an adult, man, you notice a lot of things, the dragging, the slowness, but you get a big effect about the character developing. You get the impact. You see the heist. You see the thriller. You see all that going on, and you finally get the cream of the crop, and you get the titty bar, the titty twister, and you see two directors, a writer, director, and actors. Someone like George Clooney, who's like one of those top tier actors,
Yeah.
And you see him in his earlier career, and you see these actors have fun. You know what I mean? Have fun, and with these vampires, and really show you that you can, like you said, you can make a low budget film and still have fun and still be good. And has its problems, because it has to have problems. That's the whole point of it being cheesy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was really dope. And then the icing on the cake, with the twist, that Quentin Tarantino brilliance and his writing skill, and him and Roger Rodriguez pans out, and they show you that this is a Mayan temple, which makes it like, oh shit, what? Like, okay, now you threw me for a loop. You know what I mean? I was already reading the movie, it was like whatever, but now you have thrown me for a loop, and I really adore that. I'm gonna give this movie a C+, but it's very fun. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time watching it, man. From dawn to dusk. That voice is different. Man. But what you got?
Oh no, I was gonna say
no, no, just missed.
By the way, there's sequels to this movie.
By the way, hey, you promoting this?
Yeah, so we might have to get into those. And just thinking about that, I was like, yeah, there's some other stuff that's going on in this world. Like, so I definitely want to revisit it now. Just revisiting this, and then we might get into that series too. I think you should check that out.
Oh man, I don't worry about it, man.
I don't know if it's on Netflix yet, but
I think I already did though. I've been watching so much stuff so many years, man.
And the channel is also called El Rey Network, which is also Robert Rodriguez's channel.
You should watch that. Yeah.
3 seasons, but they're fire.
I'm gonna watch. I might watch it from dusk to dawn. I might watch the series.
For Seth and Richie was really good on the show too.
I might watch it. But hope you guys enjoyed Retro Rewind. We took it back to 96.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
This was fun, no doubt.
In a world.
And hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Retro Rewind. If you guys don't know, now you know. I am J3.
Ronin Shogun, Ninja Assassin.
If you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, thumbs this video up, and do not forget to share. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You are now free to leave the Retro Rewind. Peace out, y'all.